and it will light up and let us know which doorway you're in.
Oh, do it.
Okay. Were you tortured?
Wow, thank you.
Oh, it's dropping.
You lasted longer than I think either of us would have.
That was fucked up, guys. That was actually really fucked up.
What's going on?
Wait.
What the fuck was that?
Fucking get him.
Did that say fucking get him?
Yes.
No, step back. Step back. Guys, can you please come in here?
For any paranormal investigative team in Western Australia, Fremantle is the town we all want to add to our resumes. Luckily for us, that opportunity came. Welcome everyone to the Fremantle Roundhouse. Constructed late in 1830 and opened in January 1831, the Roundhouse was the first permanent public building to be constructed in Western Australia. Designed by civil engineer Henry Willie Reveley, the jail was made to be dodecagonal, having 12 sides, so a warder standing in the centre of the building would have been able to see into any open cell from that point. The jail was built of local limestone, possibly quarried from what was then known as Arthur Head. The cells were arranged radially around a central courtyard, sometimes overcrowded, housing up to 43 prisoners. In the centre stands a well dug by the prisoners themselves. One cell to the right of the entrance was used as a kitchen, and on the left as a warder's dining room. Two of the cells were fitted for use as privies, and one, specially lined with wooden planking, was used for housing refractory prisoners. The Roundhouse accommodated both colonial and Aboriginal prisoners, including Noongar leader Yagan, and was the site of the colony's first public execution of a European settler, 15-year-old John Gavin. The teenage Pankhurst boy was one of the juvenile immigrants brought to the colony during the 1840s, who was held there pending his hanging on the gallows erected to the north of the steps, where on Easter Sunday in 1844, he became the first European and the only juvenile to be hanged in Western Australia. The prominent site at Arthur's Head was chosen to emphasise the role of law and order in the colony, and was intended to physically and psychologically dominate the community. In 1837, the Fremantle Whaling Company requested a tunnel be cut through Arthur Head to connect Bathers Beach with High Street. The Roundhouse's primary function was taken over by the prison built for the Imperial Convict Establishment in the 1850s, the Fremantle Prison. It then became a lockup, where the curfew bell was rung at 9:50 p.m. every night as a warning to ticket of leave convicts to return to their lodging. Any bondsman found outside after the curfew was locked up. The Roundhouse was later used as a women's prison as well as a hospital, and from the late 1860s as a transport prison for Aboriginal prisoners on their way to incarceration on Rottnest Island. By the 1900s, the Roundhouse had been converted into a home for Constable Bean and his very large family, including 10 children. They lived at the Roundhouse for some 12 years, using the cells as bedrooms and as homes for ducks as well as for smoking fish. Honestly, the Roundhouse holds so much history and significance in Western Australia, fueled with multiple accounts of death, WA's first jail escape, historical names that walk through the doors here, that it would literally take us hours to relay its history. However, when conducting our research on Fremantle's most prolific building, we uncovered something that has not been made public knowledge until now. With very little known about the Roundhouse during the dates of 1831 to 1844, we came across a paper that claimed it was actually used as a lunatic asylum, making it the very first asylum in West Australian history. After digging further, we came across prison records to back up this claim, finding the names of all those who were committed as lunatics. So many paranormal accounts of seeing a man with red bushy hair and a red bushy beard climbing up the walls in one of the cells, apparitions being seen through the building, cameras of teams that have investigated here being played with, and most importantly, a lot of attention towards the females who visit the jail, where feelings are being felt up by unseen hands, as well as derogatory communication. And this is only a small taste of what has been reported here. Tonight marks a big milestone for the Afterlife Party. We are being locked inside for the entirety of this investigation. This is something that we have wanted to do for a while, and why not make that happen at one of Fremantle's creepiest locations? As the sun sets over the coast of Freo, Kat, Star, and myself step inside the roundhouse with the door being locked behind us to conduct one of the craziest investigations we have ever had, as by the end of this night, we realize just how much power those in the afterlife can still hold. Welcome everybody to one of our dream locations. Right behind us is the Fremantle Roundhouse, and I cannot believe we are here, joined by Kat and Star. It seems to be a trend that we just take Star to prisons and jails. I don't know how this always happens, but this location here tonight is absolutely insane.
We are so excited. We've done so much research on this place over the last few weeks, and from everything that we have learned has just made us so keen to get in here. And what we weren't expecting is that it's actually a full moon tonight as well.
Yeah, it
just
is a full moon.
Add to the vibes.
Just makes it an extra level of creepy.
Yeah, and what's kind of funny is when Star visited over from the east as a tourist when we filmed for the Newcastle jail, we actually came as tourists here, and this is the first place we ever took Star. In about 18 days, that would be a year ago to the day. So the fact that this has come full circle is crazy. We do know that this building did have the first legal hanging of a 15-year-old boy, John Gavin. We know there has been a lot of death in here. There is also records that like we had to really go digging between 31 and 1855. So like this is the first building in WA. So this is a dream come true.
It is. It really is, hey.
How-
This is
yeah.
up there, right up there. And it's our first Freo as well. Like,
Yeah, welcome Fremantle to the Afterlife Party map. So
You've made it.
yeah.
we've made it.
We've made it to Freo.
How are we feeling?
Really excited, actually. I feel
Yeah.
like we've got a lot of energy tonight. We are
We're bringing it.
so ready to go.
I honestly can't wait to get in there.
Yeah, you know what, let's not waste any more time. Let's open the doors. We are being locked in this jail tonight. There is no out. We are locked in.
We're actually getting locked
We're
in.
actually getting locked in. So
Jail, locked in, we're the prisoners now.
we
Yeah.
are the prisoners to this location. So without further ado, everyone, welcome to the Fremantle Roundhouse.
Here it is.
You wouldn't believe the time has finally come that we are inside the Fremantle Roundhouse. This is the front door. We need to remind you, we are locked inside. We are locked in here for the night, essentially for a period of time. We have set everything up here. It is time, everyone, to enter the Fremantle Roundhouse. Come with us.
This is so exciting.
Yeah. So, fun thing is, we have been given permission to do something. Now, when I say the curfew bell over here was to bring all of the prisoners home when curfew was done. And we came here about a year ago, and the one thing I said when we were here, I said, if we ever investigate the roundhouse, I want to ring that bell to bring people home. We can do it.
It was all the convicts, hey? Yeah. From out on day leave. Time to come home.
So, I don't know about you, but it is eerie.
It is. I'm just hearing that bell ring and I'm looking out there at the full moon and like,
Yeah.
oh.
So we've got some interesting things to do tonight, but as always, I think it's best to start with a spirit talker session.
Yep.
But we got some things scattered around here. So Kat, do you want to do the honours and turn some of the equipment on that has
I
been
will.
spread around here while
Yep.
I explain some of the doovies that we've got to use tonight?
Alrighty, I might start with the REM pod.
Yeah, go put the
Let's
REM
do
pod
it.
on. So the REM pod essentially is an EM pump, and what it can do is it puts out an electromagnetic field that spirits can feed off of to try and communicate. As well as when they come near it, it lets us know because the antenna goes and we can hear that people are near it. Kat has just put it on. You could hear the bleeping. When that happens, we will know that a spirit has gone near that REM pod. So for any spirits that are here with us at the Fremantle Roundhouse that want to go ahead and use that. Kat is putting the cat balls on. Now, they are motion sensor cat balls. Once you touch them, they light up and move, and we've got them outside the 4 cells that we do have available here tonight. So if anyone is in any of those cells at all, if they want to come out and move one of the cat balls, we will then know that you are here. So that would be really, really cool. On top of that, joined right here on the stump next to the bell, we have Boo. We couldn't come to an investigation with our best little buddy, the 4th investigator tonight. We love Boo. Boo loves us. Boo is scared of nothing.
Yeah.
Boo is scared of nothing. Also,
Chirpy bird up here.
Chirpy bird is up on one of the cell doors, tucked away from the wind. If Chirpy falls down, we will hear Chirpy making a noise.
Cat's still on a cat ball.
As you can see, Chirpy falls off. We're going to hear it. So, and that, I believe, is everything we have set up around the place. We have obviously know it is a bit of a windy night out there. However, in here, a lot of it is actually blocked off.
It is.
But
and
there is some parts coming in.
yeah, but those cat balls, when I was placing them down, the ground is really rough, especially outside those cell doors where it's quite worn. So they are actually very stable there. They're not just going to roll in the wind, which is good.
And where we've tucked
We're
Chirpy,
a bit worried about that.
And where we've tucked Chirpy, he cannot be blown off that door.
Yeah.
He's protected from the wind. So we're going to boot up Spirit Talker, but before we explain this, I think we need to welcome ourselves to the Roundhouse. So hello to the spirits here at the Fremantle Roundhouse. My name is Jason.
And my name's Kat.
And I'm Star.
And we are your guests here for tonight. We are going to be here for the next 4-ish hours. We appreciate the time. Thank you, James, for letting us be here. We are here to communicate with you. If anyone wants to communicate and come forth, we would appreciate that conversation. We're not here out of disrespect. I can speak for us all. We are very respectful people, and we are here just to communicate and give you a voice. We do have equipment with us tonight. Nothing around here that we have put out will harm you in any way. Some might sound louder than others. Trust us, they might be noisy, but they're not going to harm you. So,
And if you feel like you need a little bit of energy to get started tonight, feel free to go over to the REM pod, which is the one that I just had that was making noise. That one, with its little electromagnetic field around it, if you come within that field, it should actually give you some energy, or that's the theory. So, feel free to give that one a go.
Yeah. So, let's give the spirits of the Roundhouse a voice here on the Spirit Talker, which is, Spirit Talker here is a database of words. This is running on a phone that is disconnected from the outside world completely. No internet, no Wi-Fi, no SIM card, absolutely nothing, and it's still on airplane mode as well. We're going to run it. They can use the phone's sensors, magnetometer, gyro, etc. to speak through this device and have a conversation with us, whether it's a word or a whole sentence. So it's the best I've ever done that.
Well done.
Alright, I'm going to put it down here.
Cool.
We always like to have it on a flat surface so it can't be manipulated in any way. That's kind of the ideas.
Best practice.
Yeah. But yeah, so if there is anyone here that wants to come forward and have a chat, just say hello, maybe tell us your name, who is here, that would be absolutely fantastic. And we would really welcome that. That would be cool.
Yeah. I don't think this place is being investigated very rarely. So
Yeah.
I think that on one hand, the spirits might not be at all familiar with what we're doing. And on the other hand, though, there could be some people here who really want their voice to be heard,
Yeah.
who just have not had that chance, that opportunity. So we want to welcome all of you who are here or who want to come here and speak with us. Please do.
Let's just take a minute to appreciate as well. look around us. Like,
I know.
we are actually in the Fremantle Roundhouse. And a bit of a fun fact, when staff first came in out here on holiday to film the Newcastle jail video,
Yeah.
we actually came here as tourists to show Star. This is the first place we ever took Star in Perth, in WA.
Yeah.
And it's come full circle. It's almost a year to that date. It's about 18 days or something away from that date.
Yeah.
To a year, and here we are.
Between.
Between.
Ooh.
Turn this up a bit.
Yeah, please do.
Do you feel as though you're between? Are you between places, maybe?
Are you currently standing between Jason and Kat?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit more information, please? You were speaking about nearly a year to the date.
Listen for my voice.
I'll hold that thought.
All right.
If you heard a rustling there, it was me.
Okay, thank you.
We're listening.
Did you just breathe out?
I think so.
So I heard like a...
I think it was in time with my
Okay,
breathing, yeah.
perfect. So,
I don't think I breathed particularly heavily, but it would have been in time with it. I do want to note as well that, just for the camera's sake, we can hear some distant noise of people out in
doorway.
out in the centre of Freo. Bit of nightlife, but from where we are, it's really easy to tell the difference that that's off in the distance. But if you do hear anything on camera that we haven't noticed, it's probably that.
Yeah.
That we know that it's in the distance.
Yeah.
I would like to invite any spirits, if you are in a doorway, we've actually put one of those little cat balls, the little light up balls, in front of every cell door around here. Would you mind to nudge one of those gently? And it will light up and let us know which doorway you're in.
Oh, do it.
Okay. That was one of the doors.
Look, cat ball.
Whoa.
That was not the wind. And that was not the wind because the wind's been going the whole time we've been here and none of these doors have gone.
Nah.
Nasty.
Oh, nasty.
Even if the wind, nudged the door a little bit,
Cat ball there.
another cat ball. And there was no gust of wind then. Thank you. Would you mind to nudge one of those gently? And it will light up and let us know which doorway you're in.
Oh, do it.
Okay. That was one of the doors.
Look, cat ball.
Would you mind to nudge one of those gently? And it will light up and let us know which doorway you're in.
Oh, do it.
Okay. That was one of the doors. I don't feel how strong the wind is here.
No,
It's not. It's actually sheltered here.
it's sheltered.
Find my body.
Find my body.
I'm wondering if both of those cat balls have gone off, maybe we just sort of stay back here a little bit.
I'll bring the spirit talker to here.
Up here, yeah. Sounds good. Cool. If there's any one cell in particular that you're trying to draw our attention to, could you light up that cat ball again, please?
That door can't slam.
Yeah.
But what the fuck was that?
That was this. I left that sitting. That was all the way back there. It was not on the edge.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was back here.
We deliberately left nothing like that on the edge.
Okay. It was sitting up, but it was not.
Okay. As I was saying, if you did that though, thank you for letting us know you're here.
Yeah.
Right, that was a bigger gust of wind, right? Okay, let's try and debunk this door.
Yeah.
If that was a big gust of wind and that could
Obviously.
if that was a big gust of wind and that blew that over, it didn't blow it off before when that door banged.
Yeah. And given that we had doorway right before that,
Right.
I'm going to say that was legit.
Yeah. So honestly, like, if that blew that hard and knocked that over or knocked that door,
Was it definitely that door or
yes,
the other one? It was that one.
It was
Definitely that door.
Yeah.
And Chirpy didn't go?
Chirpy didn't go, but if it blew that off,
We have spoke before.
we have spoke before. That's
Haven't heard that in
interesting.
a while.
No, but I don't think that was the wind blowing that. We'll have to keep an eye on that though.
Yeah.
Because if it keeps doing it, then we can go, okay, legitimate reason, the wind.
Yeah,
but
true.
What's interesting about that cell is that was the cell that they put the convicted lunatics in.
Yes. In those days,
Yes.
it was, known as lunatics. And, obviously there's the lunatic asylum near here too. But
Didn't exist at
that
first.
didn't exist at first. And interesting word, lunatics, because that incorporated so many things that today we would not even consider to be mental illnesses, let alone
Epilepsy.
Yeah,
You know, that was
yeah.
one.
Epilepsy. I think sometimes it was just like people, like alcoholics or just people who
Just moving that
experience misfortune, and
Oh, sorry, I was going to move that to where we
oh,
were.
sorry, yeah.
Also, I would like to note that when the word obviously came through and we laughed, I exhaled deeply.
Okay, cool. Perfect, thank you.
There's 3 of us.
There's 3 of you. Perfect, thank you for letting us know.
Would you tell us your names, please? I want to look down here. Hang on. Okay.
So well,
It's all grated
that actually convicts dug this well, and supposedly some of them died in the making of this for oxygen purposes. They couldn't breathe while digging this out, as well as poisonous stuff in the air upon digging through this. So some of them may
Yeah,
have,
right.
yeah. Not an actual record of it happening, but it is something that's been told through time.
And it's possible, like as we've learnt from other locations, a lot of history back then was documented purely through diaries and letters. There was no official records, like we're talking in the first few years of the colony being established. So
Yeah.
that would have been dug in the first few years of the colony being established, given that this was the first building. So
Yep. That door has blown my mind because that was aggressive.
And it hasn't happened again since, and we've had stronger wind.
I just remembered what's happening in there later on tonight.
we have great plans for that cell later tonight.
I'd also like to point out that was your idea too.
I know.
Brown eyes.
I think it was my idea.
Brown eyes. With 3 of us brown eyes. Are you describing yourself? Thank you very much. Did you have brown eyes? And as you can see, the wind's picked up. No other cat balls are going off, so they're
Yeah.
pretty sturdy.
It was also one at a time. They both didn't go off at the same time.
No, exactly.
Would you like to try lighting up the other 2 cat balls for us on the other side?
Yeah, I'll go light them up and show you. So you see opposite there.
I'm upset.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go.
Have we done something to upset you? If so, I'd like to apologise.
Yeah, certainly didn't mean to upset you in any way.
Or are you upset for another reason? Would you like to tell us what you're upset about?
Did you just hear something?
Yeah.
I thought I heard something from outside, like a little squeal, but I didn't
Nah.
hear anything else.
It's the piece of paper in the wind.
No, that wasn't what I heard.
No, I heard something before that, but I'm wondering if it was the same thing.
What was that? Sorry.
Sorry if I scared you.
Did you hear it like little pitter-patter
Terrifying.
scratching?
Terrifying.
No, I heard like a huh?
Sorry, I scared you. Terrifying. I mean, we aren't terrified if that's what you're worried about. We are here to hear you. And so, if you're afraid of that, then please don't be. We can handle it. We
Yeah.
are here for that communication.
We
so
are,
you
yeah.
are welcome to do that for us, to make noises. You're welcome to move things. You can do all of those things. The one thing that we ask though is that you don't use our energy.
Yes.
We have a lot of other energy sources here for you to use that you're welcome to. Anything that's in our devices, any of the batteries, feel free to use those.
Yeah, because otherwise that's our way of communicating. If our energy has been drained, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We're here respectfully, and I certainly can speak for myself and probably for Star and for Kat, that would appreciate the same respect back.
Yeah.
Are any cells giving anyone vibes? Now we know what just happened there, sure, but like, have you walked in front of any of the cells when you turn your equipment on and was like, oh, this one, or?
Not in particular. If anything, it would be that one.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, it's just over.
Feel.
Yeah.
Feel.
Oh, feel.
That is on topic.
Yes, it is. A lot of this has been very
Very.
much on topic, hey?
Because even the brown eyes describing came straight after like there's three of us, so someone could be describing themselves.
I just loved when we were like, oh, there was like a really strong gust of wind, and it was just like, obviously. that was good.
That door I don't think was though.
No, I don't think so, no.
That is crazy. Because they're bolted in too, actually.
It's not.
But to push them. But look,
I'm going to bolt it in though.
Was that you saying off the cat ball?
I don't think I moved my foot.
Really?
No, I don't think I moved my foot.
I saw it out of the corner of my eye, so I can't.
Even if
confirm
you,
nor deny.
I'll
Okay.
try and step. We'll let it go off.
even if you did move your foot, yeah, moving your foot is not going to let that go off because this is a hard concrete floor.
But to push, that's what you need to do it.
Yeah,
Like a real.
it was that loud.
I think it was louder than that, to be honest.
I think it was louder.
Now.
Down.
Down. Thank you for lighting that cat ball up again.
Here, Star. I'll give you a break. Let you do some communicating. Ooh.
See, I was getting questions when I was behind the camera, but you jump in and pretty much ask the questions I had, and now I've got nothing.
I know. Down. What do you mean? Are you talking about something to do with this cat ball and this cell still, or are you maybe talking about the well?
We did mention not long before about the well
Yeah.
with the convicts down there,
Yeah.
so could it be talking about that?
Maybe. I wouldn't normally assume that.
I've
but-
seen you before.
Ooh.
Now keep in mind, they're saying they've seen us before. We have been here before.
We have, yeah.
So if
Almost a
there
year
is a
ago.
spirit here that is grounded here, that is a high probability that they could recognise us from visits. But how many people would walk through here? That is
I've been here 50 years.
50 years, okay.
50 years.
I was about to ask where have you seen us before? Was it here or was it somewhere else? 50 years would be 1975.
Yep.
It's interesting. It's very recent.
Great.
Great. Cool.
But we've also
My maths is
assuming with
great.
that time flows the same for them.
This is true, yeah.
There could be a volunteer,
Could very
Could
much
be.
be.
but
Or it could be somebody who was here for 50 years in their life,
yeah, true. That is very true.
not 50 years since they passed.
What year do you believe it is?
The year now is 2025.
Kat just answered Star's
Yeah.
question.
Oh, do you believe it is? Oh, sorry. I was gonna ask.
You said, what year do you think it is? Kat goes,
My
"Do you-"
bones.
Kat.
I did not register that because I normally ask them what year is it for them.
Because they said that they've been here for 50 years,
Yeah, yeah.
and it goes
okay.
off me saying time might flow differently for them.
What's interesting is if we go with my bones could map up with down, because who's to say?
Well,
Yes.
yes. No. We did have to find my body before, and I asked where we could find their body. Then we were talking about the well. We've got down, my bones. None of these things were right after each other, but as we know, it's always possible that we've got more than one person speaking with us at the same time.
They did also mention that there's 3 of them here.
That is correct.
Yeah.
What brought you to this location?
Martha.
Martha, it's her
Martha.
first name.
Thank you for telling us your name. Do you have a last name, Martha? Could you tell us your last name, please? Or maybe you could tell us the year that you were born? Something that we can use to identify you.
I
Got
lost
here.
one of my legs.
Oh, is that...
Oh,
Thank you for telling us something about yourself.
at all. If it is you, that Martha, that did lose your leg, and you want to confirm that was you lost your leg, feel free to come up to our REM pod and touch that any time. That would be amazing. If those 2 pieces are one of the same.
Yeah.
Did you lose your leg here? Or did you lose it elsewhere?
I didn't hear anything. Did you?
Oh yeah,
What'd you hear?
Irish.
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 There was like footsteps on the gravel,
I thought I heard something over there too.
I didn't hear it.
like over where Boo is. There was like,
Do you want to go and show us
yeah.
what you... I heard something over
Heard
there.
that over in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
Do you reckon it was that loud? Or close to?
probably more.
Yeah.
More like that. It was lighter.
It just said feel.
It's almost like it would be quieter if you were barefoot, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
still, yeah.
It was like the moving of the gravel.
The moving of the gravel. It was like moving of the gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then something over there.
Definitely. Do you want to go have a look at what's over there?
It's just a fire extinguisher over here.
Yeah. There's nothing else.
And a little bit of loose rocks, but not crazy amount.
It's important probably to note as well that this was a cell.
This was a cell. This
Yeah.
wall here was a cell. It's just been, obviously, all these were, because there was initially more. What makes it crazy is that these were incredibly smaller.
Yeah.
Maybe these weren't. I don't know.
This wall seems to be at a different height, so this could just be bracing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe they were storage rooms for other stuff. They weren't cells.
Oh, what did that one say?
Supply.
Supply cupboard.
Could have been supplies.
Storage room for
Yep.
supplies.
Very much possible.
Do you want me to take that back off you?
I don't mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be interesting. Do you want to do a walk around? Like do a loop outside the cells and walk around, see if we get any vibes?
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah? Alright, cool. Because if stuff is moving around, maybe it's someone that wasn't a prisoner.
She has her eye on you.
She has her eye on you.
Who does?
Because it might not be a prisoner, it might be a guard.
Could be.
Yes. They're very connected to this location as well.
So this is kind of a bit of a recreation, I guess. It's watch the bench. I can see Kat walking straight into the bench.
Oh, I'm just going to point the camera in there.
Did you just get a vibe?
Yeah.
There's a cat ball there.
Cat kicked a cat ball. Where'd it go?
Behind the bloody door. I'll get it.
Do you want me to get it?
Fine.
You got it?
You turned it off too, by the way.
I did that with the other one that I stood on. Guys, this room has vibes.
Well, this is the bearded man's cell.
Is that the one that I was getting vibes in when we came and checked out the place the first time? I feel like it was.
I know Star got.
I had
the
that
vibes.
one. I think, Kat, you had the one next to me,
Yeah.
and Jason had this one,
I had this one.
Okay.
if
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
Correct. I felt weird vibes in this. Kat, you were in the one that the gentleman succumbed to the temperatures, and Star was in the one that's the
That was the lunatic cell.
lunatic cell. I don't get as much of a vibe.
No. The only thing that really puts me off.
What?
The only one that really puts me off with this one is the mannequins.
The mannequins are cool. Alright, well we've done our walk. I'll check this. A pact.
A pact.
That's like a deal.
A deal, yeah.
It's interesting.
I mean, they could have. What's interesting,
Attic hides.
attic hides.
Oh.
There is a second
You
floor.
know how it said she keeps her eye on you? Or she's keeping her eye on you?
Up here, which we don't have access to, by the way.
You hear something there? Or see something?
I swear I fucking saw something in this cell. But it could be the cat
Yeah.
with the light.
Panning it up at those windows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there is a little
Can
ladder.
we recreate it?
I don't know. It just, the in front of the cell just got darker. But I don't see.
Do you want me to point the
Yeah,
light
yeah.
up there again?
Yeah. You can see cat shadow across the doorway.
But then as I came down,
No, it got darker. Yeah, no, it got darker. You know how you can still see through it, even
Yep.
though cats. Yeah,
You could still see everything in that room.
I couldn't see everything in that room.
yeah, wow, okay.
Okay.
Whew.
So we asked it where to go pretty much at the start.
Arthur.
Arthur.
Oh,
Again.
Martha.
Martha again.
Yeah.
That was
Hi,
the name-
Martha.
That's the name we had before. She
Yeah.
is she the she that what keeps an eye on us?
From up
Possible.
there. Because it
But-
said she's keeping an eye on you, and then it was like from the attic or something, hey?
But we asked it to play with the cat balls for what room, and it's pretty much pulling us everywhere. We're getting vibes on this side, we're getting cat balls on this side.
We're getting vibes on this side, but nothing has gone off over
No.
there to say that like
Yeah.
anything is there. These two have. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I don't want to take my eyes off of there now. Just in case.
Kat, you keep the light there. Look at these windows. I don't want to look in these windows because
No.
I'm expecting to see a face in
Betsy.
Betsy.
That's not
I'm
a name.
expected to see a face just peer into the window.
Oh, it says attic hides. Somebody's up there.
And it's the one place you can't get to either. So
No, there is a staircase, isn't there? But it's not actually even open.
this was built later.
Danger.
Okay.
Danger.
Okay. This was built later, and apparently then the warder or would have been the guy that lived here as the police, his family also had up
Yeah.
there.
Oh, okay.
Because one of these cells was literally for ducks. ducks stayed in one. It was their bedroom.
And another one was for cooking fish.
Yeah, and they used to block the drain so the water would rise so the ducks could play in it. That's literally a fun fact for the Fremantle Roundhouse.
That is amazing.
Danger, okay. Danger is where can... That's cheering. I think someone just got married. Congratulations. There was people in like wedding stuff happening.
I feel like it was talking about up there because we were talking about up there when it came through.
Yes.
True.
But that door was aggressive, and that hasn't happened for the whole time we've been in this courtyard since.
Yeah.
And wind has been coming and going and coming and going. So
If you have the power to, can you do it again? If you need more power, we have the REM pod.
Impressive.
It was very
it was very
was.
impressive.
But if you need more power, Remy over here can give you some. You just need to go close.
What was that? It's like weird noises over there.
I keep hearing noises from outside.
This has already been very interesting.
Yeah. Because I'm getting vibes. I'm getting vibes. And it always says to trust your gut, but in the last 10 or so minutes, my heart rate is going up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It could be the fact now that we're being watched and we're being this and upstairs and stuff like that.
We've been told there's danger.
There's been told there's danger. Like, that is true. But what's really, really interesting is for our next experiment, we're going to be going into cells. And that's going to be insane if that's the energy that we are dealing with out here.
Yeah.
What happens when we close that door?
Important.
You know what's even better about that? That's the cell that you're getting vibes from. That's also the cell that we had planned for you to go into. Your name is on that cell in our little plans for the night, you know?
Yeah.
And guess which cell I'm planned to go into?
The one you got vibes from.
Uh-huh.
I don't get a cell.
You don't get stuff, no. Not yet.
Not yet.
You will.
You will.
We just love taking Star to jail.
This is number 3.
So what's important? Oh, pardon me. Sorry.
I'm walking away from that.
Was that important, was it?
The nervous fart came out. I couldn't clench hard enough. Hold your nose, it always blows.
My home.
This is
Your
a home.
home.
Perfect. This was a home. It's important. This was a home.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
You're right. It is really important that we acknowledge that.
If you want that to be known, we actually do know that this was a family home. I just spoke about the ducks. They were your ducks. Scarlet.
Scarlet. Hi, Scarlet.
They were your ducks.
Do we know how many of the children... Do we know much about the children that lived here? The 10 children?
I only know one of them's name.
How many girls... We're getting a lot of female names.
There was
all.
10.
Suffer.
Suffer.
Okay, there was 10. There was
Yeah.
the 2 parents and the 8 children.
Yeah. 8 children.
Yes. And I've forgotten her name, but we did have it in the research. Actually relayed the information because she lived here and she was the one that gave all that information, which is awesome.
Wow. Cool.
So that information is legitimate because she lived here, remembering her times living here.
Yeah, that's one of the children.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, cool.
She remembers going down to the jetty as well, to all the seamen coming in and playing music and singing down there. So
That is so cool.
yeah, that's why we do our research beforehand, so we get as much information
Get
as
out.
we can.
Get out.
Suffer, get out. Okay. To the spirit that said that, just know that we will be leaving tonight. We're not going to be staying here. We'll be here for a couple of hours. If you don't like us being here, we totally understand. Maybe they're saying this is our home, get out as well. Understand that we are here for another couple of hours. If you don't want to communicate with us, we totally understand. We don't want to disrespect your home. We don't want to disrespect anyone by being here. But if you don't want to communicate with us, that's okay. You don't have to. Don't feel forced.
All we do is kindly ask if you would give us a chance to be here for a little bit longer, just to allow anybody who's here who does want to communicate with us, just so that they have a chance to. We would really appreciate that, please.
Yeah.
And then we'll leave you be.
Yeah. I reckon we'll give it another couple, and I reckon we'll switch up and jump into the cells, hey?
Yeah, I think so.
Because all we're getting is Spirit Talker right now.
Hit those cells while they're hot.
Drop it like it's hard, drop it like it's hard.
Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn. Thanks for coming through.
If you come to dance, see through where we're at.
Do you know what? It's about bringing those good vibes.
Yeah.
Bring the energy.
Bring the energy. Because there ain't no holler back girl. Ain't no holler back girl. I don't know why.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Like what?
Where did that come from?
I haven't even had any energy drinks or anything either.
Like I'm worried if you do.
Can I have one?
No.
Not bad.
You are cut off.
Evelyn, did you live here? Did you live here?
It's really interesting that we've gotten all female
I was
names.
literally about to say that. It's all
Yeah.
females.
Yep.
There were female prisoners held here as well.
Yeah. They've got
Especially once Fremantle Prison opened, this was still used
as a women's.
as the women's prison for a short time.
Because
Am I alive?
if we are talking through this device, I have to be the bearer of bad news. That is not the case. You have passed. I'm sorry if this is the first time someone has told you that. I always feel sad doing these. I feel so
know.
bad.
Yeah.
But no, if we're talking through this device, then you have unfortunately passed.
Do you remember anything from about that? What was the last thing that you remember happening? Or
Do you hear that? Is that you breathing out?
Possibly. Could have also been my movement. Because I changed legs and put most of my weight on.
Possibly. I felt like there was something was dragging, but it could be like.
I thought I heard a bit of a creak.
Yeah.
That was me, the creek.
Ah, okay.
Because I changed my weight and the rock was under my foot.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Can you show us where you currently are by touching one of the cat balls? Or the REM pod?
Nurse.
Nurse.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I was a nurse. Well, this was a hospital.
Yes.
This ran as a hospital,
Okay.
which, for all intents and purposes,
Would have had nurses.
I couldn't find the dates it ran as a hospital though. I tried so
That's me
hard.
again.
Yeah, I tried so hard to find it, but I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Thank you for letting us know that.
Was that during like one of the outbreaks?
Maybe. Could it have been measles? That was late 1890s, I think.
Or smallpox?
Smallpox. Yeah.
Spanish flu?
We'll give it
All
one.
of the above.
All of the above.
Who knows?
Inside.
Insight.
Insight.
Cool.
Are we
Giving
showing?
us
Are we
insight.
showing some insight?
Perfect.
Maybe you have an answer to our question. We're trying to work out when this was a hospital. If you're a nurse here, you might be able to tell us.
Yeah. We'll give it one more and then we'll go in because they're getting noisier outside. So we'll go into the cells, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to share with us before we move into the cells?
Yeah. And to any of the spirits that have communicated with us, just because we got into the cells, if you want to stay around and communicate with us for as long as we're here, feel free. That's okay. If you like Star,
We are watching you.
perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. I think we'll leave it there. The wind's picking up a bit in here, or out here, I should say. So I reckon let's wrap it up. Thank you for all your communication. But if you are wanting to follow us around, it says for the spirits to say we are watching you. That is totally fine. Feel free to watch on. If you want to communicate with us, you can do that as well. If you want like Star, like Kat, or myself, and you feel more gravitated towards that person, we're okay with that, right?
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Come have a chat with us.
Come sit in a cell with us when we go in there, which will be very shortly.
So yeah. All right.
Cool.
Let's set up these cells.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Let's go. So this start with, I'm just going to introduce myself to anybody who might be here in this cell. My name's Kat. We have been out in the courtyard for a little while now, so you may be familiar with us already. And I'm just here to communicate. I come with respect. So this cell that I am in, this is the cell where someone has literally seen a man walking up the walls or climbing up the walls. There's been a couple of reports of a man being seen in this cell, and there's also been another team came here not too long ago and actually felt like they were being touched in this cell. So yeah, it was a bearded man climbing up the wall.
Okay, I am now shut in a cell by myself. This is the cell that I believe a prisoner succumbed to the temperatures and froze to death when they opened it up in the morning. He had unfortunately passed. A cat ball did go on outside this cell as well. Behind me here, I've got the amazing Chirpy who is with me. And at any stage you have the energy to push Chirpy off of there, that would be amazing. He's absolutely crazy. He doesn't mind if you want to push him on. He's an adrenaline junkie. So feel free if you have the energy to push him off.
I'm currently in the warders room. This room was used, I believe, as a dining room, with the other side over in the other corner being used as a kitchen. This room is very full of information, and I have some friends in the corner just here. Hopefully the camera stays. And they're just staring over me. So this is going to be very enjoyable. I'm currently alone. Jason and Kat are in a cell each by themselves, and they're quite far from me. The equipment I currently have in this room is on the floor in front of me. I have 3 cat balls with the yes, no, maybe signs. Temp sensor with the hub being with Cat, I believe. And I also have a spirit talker.
It is sandy and dusty and everything in here. But you know, they told me not to. But sorry guys. I did it. I broke the rule. I wasn't supposed to have it. Whoops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a spirit box session, and hopefully I'll radio and see if they can hear it. We'll see it out loud, but I'm going to see if anyone does want to come forward and talk to me. So here's our SP7 spirit box. So for those that don't know, it sweeps through all the stations, creating a white noise at 100 milliseconds. And supposedly spirits are able to speak through that white noise so we can hear their words and have a conversation with them. So we're gonna let it roll, and hopefully we can hear your voice if anyone is here with me. My name is Jason, and I'm here solely to have a conversation with you. So if you would like to come forward and have a chat, that would be amazing. And yeah, I'm gonna set it up and let's get it rolling.
And so if that man is here, I am going to turn on a device now which you can use to talk with me. Right, that's just starting up. I'm also going to note while I'm here that I actually have the base camp for the temperature sensor. And so those are the temperatures in each of the rooms. that I'm in and Star and Jason are in. And the reason that I'm recording the baseline temperature is if they come through and radio in that they're getting really cold spots and stuff, I'll be able to tell them whether or not, I'll be able to verify if it has actually gotten really cold in their cell or around them where they're sitting. So yeah, that'll be quite interesting.
Got the spirit box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on. It's going to sweep through the white noise and see. First of all, I check the radio station to see if there's anything in this coming up that's making any blips. I can't imagine anything in here would do that, but we'll see. So I'm going to put it on. We're going to roll and see if we pick up on anything. To the spirits that might be in this cell with me, does anyone want to come forward and try and speak with me? Try and tell me they are here? Like I said, my name is Jason. This might sound noisy.
I'm going to turn on the cat balls now, but I'm going to leave the spirit talker off. So that's the signs. If anyone is in here and wants to answer any questions, this sign here is for yes, maybe is in the middle, and no on the end. To activate the lights, all you have to do is just tap the light. We'll wait for that to stop.
I will say I'm not getting quite the same vibes in here as I was earlier, going past it. It's quite calm. I'm going to turn on the spirit talker and just see if anyone would like to communicate. So as we've already explained, the spirit talker is an app. We run it on a dedicated spirit talker phone, which runs nothing else and has no SIM card, no connectivity. So if somebody is here, would you like to come? Good.
Good.
Oh, God. It didn't say it out loud. I thought that the volume wasn't up, but there was just a bit of a delay. That startled me. Good.
We're clearly picking up no radio stations, so if anything comes through here, it's definitely going to be not the radio. To the spirit that passed away in this cell, or any spirits, that may have passed away in this cell. Are you here?
You are very kind.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet.
Hung.
Hung. Oh, wow. Is that something that happened to you? If so, I'm sorry to hear it. Okay. I'm going to turn on my cat ball. Someone did use these out in the courtyard earlier, so that's this one here. I'm just going to set it down. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I've just come over here and I can feel a cool breeze from under the door. So I think when I'm feeling those little cold rushes of air, it actually is from under there.
Can you hear what I'm saying? I also forgot to mention that outside we still have Remy active, and we have 2 doorbell sensors, one just outside this window and one facing directly under the bell. We have had stories from out in that courtyard that I'm not going to go fully into, but if we hear anything outside go off, I'll be moving quickly to try and look outside this window. If I can't see outside the window, I'll move to the door. Is there anyone around that would like to set anything off outside?
My stomach is starting to drop. It's pretty warm in here. I'm feeling warm. Can't imagine what it was like to be in here in summer. Maybe you're struggling to use this, maybe we can try a different device. Wait a second. I swear it said talking. It wasn't through here. Was that you? You sounded like someone was talking just outside my cell door. Are you outside the door? That's knocking on the door. If you are outside, the door, feel free to knock on it. Again for me please, that would be amazing. 3 knocks. Thank you if that was you communicating with me.
Soul torture.
That's a bit awful. Were you tortured? Or you saw torture? Yes. It was. Wow, thank you. Thanks for confirming. I mean, unless that wasn't unless you were just using the ball, but I do appreciate if that was a confirmation. That is something you can do to answer my questions.
Can you do it again please? 3 knocks? Knock, 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 like... I mean, for all intents and purposes, it could be wind. I'm not saying it is definitely knocking. It could be wind. But it did do it on cue, which was interesting. If you are out there, do you want to take a step in here? I can hear girls just want to have fun playing outside. It's not ideal. Cyndi Lauper.
If you can hear a loud noise towards where Jason currently is on the other side of the jail, the other side of the roundhouse, and you don't like it, feel free to come towards me or Kat to discuss with us. If you want to discuss anything through that device though, it will not harm you. Feel free to talk to Jason through that device. That may be able to help you speak with your actual voice. Did you live here by your own choice? I would like to talk to you if you're willing. You do not have to speak to me, but I would like to have a conversation with you if you'd like one. Would you like to have a conversation with me tonight?
My heart's dropping. My heart is dropping. Is that why they're outside? I don't want to be in here. I don't know. I don't actually know what to make of that. Well, no one's coming through the spirit box. I could try Spirit Talker again, I guess, and see. And we'll just do that and hope for the best. Alright.
I'm gonna leave the ball there. Even if the phasm doesn't completely get it, I'm seated, so I can't set that off, and I will point this at it if it goes off. I'm reluctant to move it because somebody has used it now, which was fantastic. Were you a prisoner here? Did you live here? What's your connection to this place?
Please take care.
Thank you. I do plan to take care. I do like to take care of myself. I'm not wanting to put myself at any risk of harm while I'm here. But I can understand why you might be concerned if you have seen torture here.
Yes, I can.
You can? Okay. Not sure what I asked, but...
If I may ask, were you born in this country? I'm now going to turn on the Spirit Talker device. We used this early tonight, but if anyone needs a refresher, it's now currently on. I'm not going to touch it so I don't mess with any of the settings with the movement. But this device will allow you to select a word from a dictionary to be able to communicate directly with me. Hopefully you're able to find the words you want to use.
I've put Spirit Talker on now, and we have had good luck with it in the courtyard. We had a few warnings and maybe someone that lived here. So if I know how to use that, maybe we can run with that and see if we get anything. Fingers crossed.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm buried down the road.
Buried down the road. Fremantle? Were you buried at Fremantle? If you were buried at Fremantle, maybe you could say the word Fremantle?
Party.
Party.
She will harm you.
She will harm you. Another cold rush of air come in just as that got said. Can you tell me who wants to harm me? I don't give anyone permission to cause me any harm tonight. I'm just going to set that in place as a firm boundary. I'm here out of respect to communicate.
I hear you.
That's great, I'm glad. Thank you. Cold breezes. It's just all over the place temperature-wise in here. 24.2, so it is actually getting warmer in here. I was just hearing some knocking from that direction near the door. Now, I mean, there is some wind outside, but normally when the gusts of wind are coming, I am getting this cold breeze. There's that cold breeze again. Outside, thank you. So there was knocking. It come from outside, did it?
Could you elaborate on party as in like a party of people? Like the Afterlife Party? Or like party? I've danced way too much tonight. We have had cat balls go off outside these cells tonight, so it's interesting that the cat ball now hasn't gone off since, which is interesting. So,
Need trust.
you need trust. Okay, that makes sense. You need trust. Well, I'm here to build that trust. I'm here respectfully. I don't mean you any harm. I am here just to communicate with you, and I'm glad we can now. Maybe that's why nothing was coming through before, because I need to be here a little while to build that trust. And we are about building that trust, by the way. So thank you for letting me know that that might be why it's taking a bit of time. I appreciate that. I'm hoping we can build up enough trust between the two of us that we can have a conversation.
Are you inside here with me now? Are you currently with Jason or Kat?
Closer.
You're closer than being with Jason and Kat. Are you in one of the cells between myself and Jason or Kat? We have at least one cell between each of us at the moment. Between me and Jason there's a cell and a room.
My name is George.
It's nice to meet you, George. I'm Star.
Is the spirit Star is picking up on in the warder's quarters that of George Campbell, the last jailer of the Roundhouse, being appointed in 1854. With the completion of Fremantle Prison, it took away the Roundhouse's importance as a jail, and in 1858 had George transferred to work at the Albany Convict Jail until his retirement.
Were you here by your own choice, or were you forced to live here? Or are you just moving through?
Dark entity here.
There's a dark entity here. If there is a dark entity here, they don't have permission to touch me or hurt me in any way. I would like to have a discussion with an entity that has our best interests at heart. I have everyone else's best interests at heart tonight. Well, I do most days. So I'd like to discuss anything at all with someone else who has my best interests at heart too.
Escape.
Escape. Do you want me to escape, or did you escape? We know an escape did happen here. That is true. So, yeah. If you want me to escape and leave this cell, at any time, light that cat ball up, use all your energy to let me know you want me to leave. That is my cue, and I will respectfully do that because you want trust. I will respectfully do that. I will leave. However, it might give me a minute or two to try and, remove all of my stuff from this cell. So just understand that. But if you meant escape in a different way, then if you could please let me know and elaborate more using this device.
Don't be alarmed.
Don't be alarmed. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Who am I speaking with, by the way? Do you trust me enough that you could give me your name? That would be fantastic. My name is Jason. I saw a flash behind me. I don't know if the camera picked that up. There was like a blue light next to me in the cell. I saw it with my own eyes. And I know I've got this light pointed at me, but by golly, I'm used to that. I don't know why I said by golly, that's so British. But it was like a blue light, like a lightning strike. That was weird. It was like over next to the phasm in the other quarter of the cell.
Martha.
Hi, Martha. I believe that's the third time we've had the name Martha come through. Martha, can you please tell us your connection to this place?
Help me.
It startled me. Help you. How can I help you? What do you need? Did you work here?
Doctor.
Doctor. Oh, fantastic. You're a doctor. Okay.
Had enough.
What have you had enough of? If it's us being here, we apologise, but we will only be here for a couple more hours. If you've had enough of some of the items that are around, can you please let me know which ones you don't like?
Did you hear me?
I did hear you. I just want to confirm what you've had enough of. Lots of people come through this building throughout the day. A lot of people like to learn about the history of this place. Are you okay with those people walking through here? I hope for the most part people are respectful to you and the history of this location.
Of course.
Of course. I am glad to hear that. If people are respectful of this place, I'm sure it's okay that they come through as well. I hope it is anyway.
There is weird things happening in here that don't usually happen to me on investigations. It's really awesome though. It's really, really cool.
My name is Peter.
Oh my god, I asked for a name. I asked him to build up that trust enough. Peter, thank you. I appreciate that. You answered my question. Thank you so much.
I've been alone for years.
Been alone for years. Well, Peter, I'm here to have a conversation with you. So hopefully this helps you. You're not alone right now. I am here with you. I am here with you. Have a conversation.
I'm losing energy.
You're losing energy.
Although Peter is a common name, there is some mysteries surrounding one convict here at the Roundhouse. Of all the jail records that are documented, there is one man who was committed in 1843 as, and I quote, a lunatic not in a fit state to take care of himself. What is interesting about this record, he is the only name listed that has his date of discharge and total of days confined written as unknown, and you betcha, his name is Peter. What happened to this man? Is he the one that succumbed to weather conditions, leaving no records of what happened to him and keeping them off the books? Is this just a coincidence? Or are we in the presence of a convict trying to share their story of what happened to them?
So I'm going to turn on the other piece of equipment that I have here with me. So what I have is our dead bell. Yay! And so, that was just me moving it. So that's what it does, makes bell noises. It's basically just like an ordinary service bell, but this one is operated via EMF. But we are able to use it here because it doesn't detect the frequencies of EMF that would be like your mains power. We're going to give this a go. I'm going to turn it on and see if anybody here with me wants to use this as a form of communication. So I've just put the sensitivity on to about halfway.
I have a light attachment up here on my camera. You can use the batteries of that as much as you can. That would be really, really cool. I appreciate that you were trying so hard and you said you needed to build that trust. That's amazing. You're doing a freaking good job. Maybe you can tell me more about yourself, Peter. Why are you here? Like, why are you here? Is it just this cell that you're in?
It's a little bit weird, but I'm actually going to turn the light off for a bit, which does mean that you'll only have the Phasm camera to see me. But I've got just those two devices on, just the bell and the cat ball. I'm going to turn the light off and just sit here and really tune in and just see what it would have felt like to be locked into this cell, which, by the way, I currently am locked into this cell.
But people are respectful. I'm so happy to hear that. I know when I came here as a visitor, I wasn't sure what was most important for me to look at. I just loved everything that was going on here and how history is shown. I'm upset by some of the things that occurred here. I'm glad that things are being told.
Judas Cradle.
Judas Cradle. I don't believe the Judas Cradle was ever used in Australia. For those who don't know, the Judas Cradle is a torture device used in very severe situations. It is not a very good piece of equipment. And we have had that come through before. I've had that come through before at another location.
There's a shapeshifter.
There's a shapeshifter. What forms do they normally take, if you are able to tell me? There's a shapeshifter. That could be very concerning. I hope that everything's going to be okay.
Don't go back there.
Don't go back there. Where should I not go?
We're making contact.
You are. You're doing a fantastic job as well. You're doing a fantastic job. You are making contact. I don't feel alarmed. It said don't be alarmed, but I'm becoming more comfortable here. I'm definitely becoming more comfortable here as time is passing. That heart rate is kind of eased up and I'm starting to feel comfortable with my surroundings, but you got to remember that heart rate could be like I'm coming to sit in a cell by myself, so the heart rate might want to go up, but no, I'm actually feeling more comfortable in here now.
My heart.
Your heart, fatal, your heart. Is that something that happened to you? Fatal, is that to do with your heart? Or is that to do with your regrets? Which one are we at? Which one's more accurate? Or maybe I'm completely going in the wrong direction. It's hard not to try and put the pieces of the puzzle together yourself. Just try to get them to elaborate more on what that might mean, but we don't always get it. But here they seem to be doing a bang up job, very good job of letting me know.
Okay. Not gonna lie, a little bit scared now. Cool. So we're still recording, that's good. I mean, the audio is still recording, the light's off. It is very dark in here now.
I know people can sometimes be skeptical on Spirit Talker, but there are times where it's been very, very accurate. So, you know, we sit on the fence with it. But when you get back and forth conversations
Evidence.
like evidence, we're trying to document evidence of your existence. It's what inspires us. But having back and forth conversations sometimes like this, you go, maybe it's just feeding on me. But these spirit talkers in particular, they don't record on mic like some apps do. Some of the paranormal apps use your microphone. This one doesn't. So this one is not recording or listening to what I'm saying at all. And we have it so it will say in the top corner if a mic is being used to listen, and that's how we set it up. So we know when apps are doing that. This is not. So it can't be having a back and forth conversation with me for that. But is it pre-generated words coming through? Who knows? But sometimes they are way too accurate. Burden, okay. What's a burden? What is a burden to you? Do you feel like you're a burden? Because you're not a burden to me. Definitely not. So, yeah. Believe it or not. Please believe it or not. But believe it or not. Look, we say maybe. We're always on the fence. But hey, never say never, right guys? Right guys? You watching now, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Where do you sit with the spirit talker? Or those applications that you see be used on phones? I'd love to know what you guys think, so yeah, let us know.
What was that? Were you accused of a crime?
Please move forward.
Move forward? I move forward a little bit, but I can't move too far forward because there's a chair in front of me and my camera.
They buried me here.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did they at least give you a respectful burial?
She likes you.
She likes me. I'm glad. Thank you. I was talking to them. I'm just going to stop this for a second. I'll turn it back on shortly for you to use again, but while I'm wrapping up, or while I'm walking, sorry. It's saying at the start that, you know, she's watching, she's this, she's that, now she likes me. Maybe it was that building trust thing. Maybe that's what it was. Hopefully we have done that. I really hope we have done that for you, because that's what we're here for.
It's really interesting to note as well that this wasn't just a prison. It was a lockup at one stage after the prison. This potentially was a hospital. It's also a home though. It's actually like a family lived here. You never know, it could be in the cell that the ducks lived in.
Sorry if it scares anyone. Just think where we're all at, guys. It's been about 40-ish minutes.
I mean, you scared me.
I'm only getting spirit talker. Some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't, but that's all I'm getting.
How about you, Kat?
A couple more minutes and then I'm good.
Did you say 5 more minutes?
Yeah.
Cool, I'll do 5 more minutes. I'll wrap up what I'm doing here, and then I'll meet you guys in the courtyard, yeah?
Sounds good.
Perfect, I'll wrap up as well.
Okay.
Is there any last messages you'd like to tell me through the spirit talker device? Or with the cat balls?
Prisoner.
Were you a prisoner here? What were you accused of doing? I will have time for one more message at least. But could you please let me know anything you'd like to pass on? This is your chance. There will be more chances in other spaces of the roundhouse, but this will be the last chance through this device for at least until we move on.
I'm losing energy.
I'm sorry to hear that. We do have Remy outside, the red box, with an antenna. That will give off some energy. And in Kat's room is the bell, but she may have packed that up already. If you want to take the next 15 minutes to recharge, feel free. I'm going to start the sign off here. Thank you for talking with me for this last 50 minutes. I'm going to turn off this device now.
But thank you very much for having me in this cell. I genuinely do appreciate it and spending this time, and hopefully for the person that says medieval. Ooh. When the British first came across here, who's to say? We've had Judas Cradle, we've had rat torture, we've had stuff come through at some of these really old WA places, so who's to say that that didn't happen? It's a possibility. Some of those torturous things could have happened. We know lashes and stuff like that happen on the stairs. We do know that. But yeah, so it's hard to really imagine that, you know, when we started the Afterlife Party, we went to the Swanview Tunnel, not even as the Afterlife Party, and that video of what came from that ended up becoming our first video of the Afterlife Party. Didn't even know Kat then, we didn't even have a team. Then we went to Oliver State, and that's where our story started, in the Swan Valley. Never did I think in 2 years that I would be standing here inside a cell at the Fremantle Roundhouse, the oldest building in Western Australia. And I think it shows how far this team has come, how much we have accomplished, and just so thankful to all of you watching through this screen, because without you guys, we also wouldn't be here. So we do need to say a massive thank you from myself, and I'm sure from Kat and from Star that are here today. Our hard work has paid off, but if you guys weren't watching what we're doing and coming along for the journey of the Afterlife Party, we wouldn't be where we are today. So a massive thank you. And to the spirits who come here and talk with us, communicate with us, you guys are the stars of the show. I would like to say thank you very much for allowing me to come into your space here today and to chat with you, and for you to give me that communication. I, hand on heart, really do appreciate it. I'm going to move out of the cell now. If anyone is here and wants to communicate, they can follow me out of this cell and continue using our communication devices and move to a different part of the jail or the home, depending which area you're in and whichever way you look at it. So thank you very much. I'm going to leave it there.
All right, I'm heading out now. Yeah. Oh my god. I blinded myself. Oh my god. Holy shit, that's bright. Okay.
Timing, can someone help me get my door open? Legitimately, I am locked in here.
Oh shit. I haven't tried opening mine yet. Okay. Thank you to anyone here who has communicated with me. I do really appreciate it, and I understand that it takes a lot of energy as well. So, you know, maybe you were only able to light that cat ball up once and you did that. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to try and let myself out because...
I am about to go under Estee's method by myself, closed off in the lunatic cell.
You lasted longer than I think either of us would have.
That was fucked up, guys. That was actually really fucked up.
What's going on? Wait.
Fucking get him.
Did I say fucking get him?
Yes.
No, step back. Step back. Guys, can you please come in here?